Ladies and gentlemen, good morning and welcome to Gachie Sktman TV, the tallest man in Black Africa. Fred Okia Omtatah is a name that featured prominently during the demonstration. And the reason why Matiang'i was being mentioned is because Kenyans were saying, and are still saying, that Ruto must go. Whether Ruto must go is no longer a question, because definitely Ruto must go. What we don't know is only the time. But if we were to adhere to our constitution, the elections are slated for August 2027, and Ruto will not win the second term. Kenyans will go to the ballot. If you look at the mood of the country, in fact, some people are saying, a number of people were saying that we can even wait for William Samoei Ruto in 2027, and then we vote him out, which is okay in a democracy, like it happened in UK when Labour swept almost more than 2/3 of the votes of the seats in the House of Commons, garnering, I think, over 400 and that something. And the Conservative Party was left crying and embarrassed. In fact, the party leader, Sunak, the outgoing prime minister, said that he's going to resign from party leadership. And that is what should happen anyway. So just like that, what happens is that people learn from other countries. People learn from their neighbors. For example, if you look at what is happening in Africa, there's a wind of change that is blowing in Africa. And Kenya is being praised all over the world for asserting themselves. The youth of Kenyans, if you go to Nigeria, if you go to Kampala, if you go to Tanzania, everybody is praising the Gen Z generation for liberating this country from the jaws of arrogant and greedy politicians. And if you look at Parliament today, Parliament seems to be now aligning itself with the people. And I don't think there will be any other member of Parliament or a senator who would ever vote against the wishes of his constituency. They'll first be going to the ground. Mnasema hapa kuna hii mambo hivi. What do you think? Then the senator will vote according to the people's wish. So, the issue of William Samoei Ruto going in 2027 is a foregone conclusion. UDA may even crumble before that time. But the big question is, who will replace William Samoei Ruto? If William Samoei Ruto was to be impeached, Rigathi Gachagua would take over. If we listen to the crowd, because we listen to the crowd is saying no to Gachagua. If Gachagua is not there, it is Wetangula, Papa wa Roma. And having Wetangula as the president of the Republic of Kenya, ni kama kusema tukae bila president. The man has failed this country. And if you look at the way he runs parliament and ni kama tu kiosk. Ni kama hii kiosk yake. That is why Edwin Sifuna alisema Wetangula anaendesha bunge kama sijui disco mataga, sijui nini. So that's why I'm saying that we need to have a conversation before that time. Kenya is not short of good leaders, ladies and gentlemen. Before William Samoei Ruto became the president, watu wengi walikuwa wanaambiwa kwamba serikali ya Uhuru Muigai Kenyatta inaendelea kwa sababu ya William Samoei Ruto. That all the developments that were achieved by the Jubilee were associated with William Samoei Ruto. Then he was given the presidency. And people now have come to realize that after all, he was not the best person at that time. People have come to reject him now. So what next? Who is the next person? Maybe you can suggest for me. Please suggest, who do you think is the best person suited to take this country to the next level? If you ask me, it is not Matiang'i. The best person suited to replace William Samoei Ruto in 2027 is none other than Okia Omtatah. Okia Omtatah, the senator, a man who is known all over the world. It's a household name. And maybe, let me ask you, do you think Okia Omtatah anatosha? Some people will say Raila Amolo Odinga. But the way I'm looking at Raila Amolo Odinga seems not to be interested with the presidency. He doesn't seem to be interested so far. If you look at Azimio, it looks like Kalonzo is taking over. Is already taken over. So Okia Omtatah, the Busia senator, remains the best candidate, if you ask me. Why do you think Okia Omtatah is the best candidate? I have a number of reasons. I want you to oppose them or agree with me. Number one, he is honest. The man is very, very honest. And if you know that the man is honest, if you want to know the man is honest, the man does not listen to what the leadership of Azimio is saying. He's not aligned to Azimio. He's not aligned to Kenya Kwanza or Kenya Kwisha, whatever you may call it. The man is independent-minded, very honest, true to himself, not beholden by anybody. Number two, he is incorruptible. You cannot bribe the Busia senator. I remember the last finance bill, wacha hii imetupiliwa bali. He said there were some people who wanted to bribe him. He refused. The man is incorruptible. The man exposes everything. So this is what we need in Kenya. The problem with Kenyans is that we vote for very corrupt leaders. Very corrupt. People with blood on their hands. People who have stolen money for orphans. People who have stolen money for fertilizer. People who have killed. These are the people we've ended up voting for, which is wrong in my view. It is time to cleanse the country. It is time to liberate our country. So Busia senator, stand first among equals. The second thing is that this man is very simple. Very simple. I look at Sweden and the way their leaders are simple, humble, riding bicycles. I look at Okia Omtatah, I see a very simple man who does not even run away from his rural home. A man who dressed just like an ordinary person. Not the UDA mandarins who are wearing designer suits worth millions and millions of money, who are wearing shirts with their names encrypted there. Imagine. Wanakanyaga mikeka ambayo inaweza kufariji maskini kwa miaka na mikaka. Okia Omtatah is a simple person. And that is the kind of leader that we want. Kenya needs a simple leader. The man is not greedy. The man is a defender of human rights. I came to know Okia Omtatah because of the many times He was gracing the courts of Kenya, High Court, Supreme Court, Appeal, Court of Appeal, name it, trying to defend mwananchi wa kawaida. And even this finance bill, he has been in the forefront, telling Kenyans that this is wrong. He has been in the forefront, akijaribu kutetea mwananchi mnyonge wa kawaida. Okia Omtatah is a defender of human rights. This is what we need. We don't need a murderer in State House. We don't. We don't need a corrupt person in State House. We don't need a person who does not actually respect human beings. We want somebody who will defend us. Again, when you look at Okia Omtatah, he understands our constitution so well. So well. He has been telling us this finance bill is illegal. The housing levy, he has been saying it is illegal. He has been to court many times. The issue of William Ruto sending the incompetent Kenya police to Haiti is illegal. And he has been pointing the mistakes very clearly. Very clearly. The issue of the cabinet secretaries, the way they were named, some of them corrupt, some of them, so many things. He has been to court defending our constitution. We need, once a president is sworn in, he swears to defend the constitution and the republic. But when you look at the way, for example, these demonstrations, the way they were treated by this government, you see a government that does not respect the right to picket, the right to present petition to various offices, various leaders. So we need somebody who understands and respects the constitution. The man, I think, is just among the very few Kenyans who can pass chapter 6 of leadership and integrity of our constitution. Many people cannot pass. Many leaders. In fact, if chapter 6 of leadership and integrity was to be applied in Kenya today, I doubt whether even we can get even 2%, 98% or even more would fail. But what have you done? You have ignored chapter 6 because IBC is beholden to some candidates. IBC is or has always been compromised. Because if you ask me, this chapter, the framers of our constitution, when they came with this idea of chapter 6 of leadership and integrity, they did not, in fact, they were trying to avoid to have corrupt people and bad governance in our republic. Guys, I'm here. I request one thing, very humbly. Give me a like. Just a like. And if you watch this video up to this point, I want to thank you from the bottom of my heart and wish you a blessed day. Till next time, adios guys. Bye-bye.